Well, Mexico has extradited 26 alleged cartel operatives to the United States. It's the second mass transfer this year as President Trump ramps up pressure, even directing the Pentagon to use military force to target certain Latin American drug cartels. To unpack the political and security stakes is Nathan Jones, a professor of security studies at Sam Houston State University. Nathan, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
So, Nathan, President Trump is trying to force Mexican leaders to do more to combat the groups smuggling fentanyl across the U.S. border with Mexico. Is this a realistic means, what he's doing now, to make that happen?
I think there are broader issues at play, i.e. Mexican state capacity needs to increase. Mexico only takes in 16% of GDP in taxation. That means they don't have the local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and federal law enforcement capacity to do some of the things they really need to do. In the short term, there are these symbolic gestures, such as the expulsion yesterday of approximately 26 high-ranking narcos to the United States. And that's an expulsion, my understanding is that's an expulsion, not an extradition. That leaves death penalty on the table, and that can help with prosecutions and getting more information out of these individuals. In the short term, it does appear that it's putting a lot of pressure on the Mexican government to be more aggressive, at least symbolically.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, the Mexican government, technically speaking, as you look at this overview here, doesn't even have the capacity to really combat the cartel issue because it's so large. As we know, cartels are pretty much global conglomerates here, right?
This has been the perennial problem. There can be these kingpin strikes, but then the smaller factions end up fighting amongst each other. That drives up violence for the Mexican people. It isn't going to be until they can proverbially mow the lawn in terms of removing middle-level lieutenants and lower levels and have strong local law enforcement that can provide local security. These groups have heavily diversified now. They are beyond drug cartels at this point. They're into huachicol, which is oil theft mafias. They're into avocados. They're doing a lot of local extortion, kidnap for ransom, that is enforced through kidnap for ransom. So these are highly diversified organizations at this point.
Right now, so I guess the best, as you mentioned just a moment ago, that the Mexican government can do is create these overtures, try to get these operatives to the U.S. to be prosecuted as a symbol, as a symbolic gesture here. Look, we're with you on this fight.
Yeah, and we're seeing more than just these expulsions. We're seeing more raids, targeting, particularly in Sinaloa, where there's been a lot of cartel infighting. So we are seeing at least these symbolic gestures. The long term, though, really reducing homicide rates and really getting control of large-scale organized crime is going to require building up institutions over decades.
Now, it's to be suggested here that in addition to the pressure the administration is putting on Mexico, there's also the pressure of tariffs here, which I'm sure the Mexican government, expulling these individuals from the country will help try to negotiate with the Trump administration to lower these tariffs. But the idea that was suggested in a Politico article is that this could strengthen the cartels. These tariffs would have a damaging effect on the Mexican economy, and in so doing, it could essentially push more people into the cartels to earn money, to earn a living.
Yes. Cartels have already moved into forced recruitment, but wherever they can, obviously they want volunteers. So that the damaging the Mexican economy, we are certainly their largest trading partner, and vice versa. That would damage the Mexican economy. That would lead more people into potentially being recruited.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Professor Nathan Jones at Sam Houston State University, thank you for providing your insight into this subject as it continues to unfold.
Thank you for having me.